Ladies first.
Okay, so my name is Bailey, and I'm a police officer. So I have two jobs, if you like. I work as my day job in police intelligence, and my real passion is staff associations, so police support associations, and being an openly trans officer in the police and supported so. That's where I get the real goosebumps moment of what I do. So I'm the former chair of the National Trans Police Association, which is a UK-based transport for the whole police family. It doesn't matter if you're police or the person at the front of the office in a police station. We are there for the whole police family. It's all about supporting the members there. And then I am the ambassador for trans progression for the European Police Association, which is a beautiful, very flattering position, which gives me the opportunity to go around Europe as well as the UK and engage and support, again, trans police officers and police family completely across Europe. I'm so lucky with regards to those things.
My name is Romke Verf. I work for the Dutch police force in the regional unit The Hague. I am a project leader for my day job. Do some other jobs as well, but the most important one next to my day job is being part of Pink and Blue. I'm the president of Pink and Blue The Hague, that's the regional unit, and I'm the chair of Pink and Blue the Netherlands.
And there was distrust of the police, and there was belief that to go out dressed as your opposite gender that you would get arrested and put in prison and all those things, which was far from the truth. But it's that perception. If you honestly believe it, then you will change your actions and behaviours accordingly. For me, we talked about earlier the police being the public and the public being the police. Of course, off duty, I was that, that I sometimes joke I was this crime-fighting superhero by day and this princess by night, and that's how I very, very strategically lived. And I didn't dare want to tell the police for fear of that I would be arrested or losing my job and so on. And again, it was all perceptions in my head. And so I started going to these very quiet, hidden trans support groups, and very quickly I realised that I was amongst friends and people that supported me, and they found out that I was the police, and a beautiful relationship began. And from there they had confidence in the police, because there were people in the trans community going, wow, you're just like me and you understand my journey and you're doing the same journey. And at the same time, my police organisation recognised the value of, well, you understand it far better than anyone else. So that's how the magic began. And because I think being in the trans community, we had that trust and confidence in the first place. So I was very lucky that things fell just so.
For Pink and Blue, it started at 2 points. The first one is with colleagues who found they needed a safe haven created by themselves within the police organization to deal with certain things they were encountered with during their work internally. So it was a safe haven for LGBTI officers, you could say it like that. On the other hand, in 1998, when the Gay Games came to Amsterdam, the police force recognized that there would be guests in the city that needed the police to be safe as everybody else, but who would not feel safe with the police because the countries they come from are completely different when it comes to how police and society interact with each other than we are used to in the Netherlands. And that's why Pink and Blue started to not just be something for internal for colleagues, but to make contact, to connect to the LGBTI community and to say, we're here for you. If you want to talk to us, then know that we are LGBTI as well, and we're police, so you can come to us safely and tell us what happened to you and how we can help you be safe. And that's what we heard here as well, that connection could be made much stronger with some changes within the organization. So in that way, there is that parallel between Pink and Blue the Netherlands and the situation here. Maybe we're sharing our experience, we help the colleagues here to build something like that to connect better to the LGBTI.
I think it's recognising the community's needs. I heard that police are doing a good job, but they are treating everyone the same. And we talked about, we explored that everyone's needs aren't the same, and LGBT are a vulnerable community, and they need specific support and understanding. They're not looking for any extra service over and above any other community, but just that understanding, that finer tuning to. We talked about a hashtag, may I ask, and you can ask anyone. I can ask the viewers that, may I ask, and then you can follow it by a genuine question, and you begin your learning, your understanding of individuals, of communities, and yeah, I think just being open to learning what those specific needs of the individuals, and just tailoring your service to support that, and the trust and confidence will grow, and you will have a closer community adhesion. Because you're listening to your community, and that's all they want, is to be heard and understood, and know that if and when they're supported, it's about individuals. And I think if you keep that focus, you'll go far, by looking out for the individuals within the community and listening to them. Take yourselves to the community, rather than you come and see the police and we'll tell you what you need. It's not like that. It's about listening to their needs specifically.
And to know what those needs are, it's not just enough to be LGBTI yourself and form a network of LGBTI officers. Our work as Pink and Blue is also very much orientated to build a network within the society or within the community. Not just with the COC, the big LGBTI organization in the Netherlands, but also with smaller organizations. So in that way, that we know what kind of needs there are, what is going on, what's happening, that is not coming towards us directly as police, but that we pick up on from our network, so that still, if there's a job for us to do as police officers, we can do it. We also, in the Netherlands, we institutionalize that by having cities and provinces, or I should say cities organizing a phone number you can call, or an office you can go to report crimes, or hate crimes or hate speech. So if you don't feel secure enough to go to the police to report this crime, or just these things that were happening to you, you can go to this much more neutral office and you can report what's happened to you. These offices, we work together with them, so that still the police also gets the information in, but then more anonymous about what is going on, so we can always tune in to the needs of the LGBTI community.
It's being led by the individual.
Yeah.
I might know, some years ago when I was less out as a trans individual, if I was a victim of crime, perhaps, and which is common in trans community, would not have wanted to give all my details away, my home address, when not everyone knew and I was selectively out. So by going through that third party to report your hate crime or your instance, it is explicitly driven by the individual. So it's listening to the individual of what information you want to give, and that gets given to, in turn, sanitised to the police. And consider also, we were discussing the alternative disposal methods. Yeah. Think about people that aren't out in LGBT or are very selectively out. There's a high likelihood that if something bad happens to that individual, that they're not going to want to go right through to the court process and stand up in court, even though there might be screens and measures that are available. But consider alternative disposal methods. Is there the opportunity to meet and have a face-to-face and talk about how the criminal, if you like, made the victim feel? is there the opportunity for finding that individual, so that next time there's a psychology of, you know, if I call you, you call me a horrible name, and it costs you €100 for having the privilege of calling me a horrible name, you may just think in the back of your mind before you say or do something a little bit nasty towards me that, hang on, it's going to cost me a lot of money if I do. So think about alternative disposal methods, and again, very much the individual, isn't it, regarding that they might not necessarily want to go through that process. And again, you build the trust and confidence.